There are few things in anime that itch the deepest part of your brain quite like a revenge story. Revenge isn't just violence for the sake of violence, it's the ultimate emotional payoff. It's justice twisted into something darker. When characters snap under the weight of betrayal, grief, or rage, and unleash everything they've been holding back. Today we're counting down 10 of the most brutal revenge moments in anime. Scenes so shocking, so merciless, they'll stay burned into your memory long after the episode ends. The Kingdom of Ruin doesn't waste time showing how ugly revenge can get. Adonis witnesses the execution of his beloved teacher Chloe, a witch murdered in the name of human progress. It isn't just her death, it's the cruelty of the execution, the smug arrogance of those who carried it out. Adonis snaps, and the carnage that follows sets the tone for the entire series. The first episode becomes a massacre, where his vengeance is as overwhelming as it is justified. The brutality isn't clean or honorable, it's rage given form. This revenge is a declaration, a promise that blood will answer for blood, no matter how high the cost. Fate Graphite from Berserk of Gluttony is a man born cursed, treated as worthless and humiliated by those around him. Hado embodies that cruelty, a man who tormented Fate and made his existence miserable. When Fate finally gets the chance to fight back, it isn't just combat, it's an eruption of everything he's held back. His gluttony skill doesn't just kill, it devours, stripping his enemies of everything that they are. Watching Fate dismantle Hado is brutal, because it's personal. Every strike feels like him reclaiming the dignity and strength he was denied. The vengeance here is almost grotesque in its intensity, showing how far someone can go once they've been pushed to the edge and finally pushed back. Few revenge stories hit as hard as Gon's descent against Neferpito in Hunter x Hunter. Kite's death shattered Gon's innocence, and when Pito confirms they can't bring him back, something inside him simply breaks. This isn't the cheerful boy we knew. This is Gon sacrificing everything, even his body and future as a hunter, to destroy Pito. The transformation is horrifying. His body grows into its prime, fueled by rage, just to deliver the vengeance he craves. The fight isn't a duel, it's a one-sided execution. Every punch lands like a death sentence, and Gon's empty expression says it all. Even using his severed arm to hold down her dead body during her post-mortem Nen use. This is revenge at its darkest, where the cost of victory is Gon himself. It's one of the most tragic yet brutally satisfying moments in the series. Roy Mustang's revenge against Envy in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is legendary because of how deliberate it is. Envy wasn't just another homunculus. They murdered Hughes, Mustang's closest friend, a man who is basically family. When Mustang finally corners Envy, he doesn't just fight, he absolutely dismantles them with cold precision, or should I say fiery retribution. Flame alchemy, snap after snap, reducing Envy to nothing but screams and ash. There's no mercy, no hesitation, only fire fueled by loss. What makes it unforgettable is the brutality of Mustang's control. He could have ended it quickly, but he chose to burn Envy down piece by piece. For a character who usually fights with restraint, seeing him unleash this side of himself is chilling, and one of the most cathartic revenge scenes in all of anime. Makoto Misumi from Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy is usually calm, even detached, but betrayal has a way of bringing out something darker. When a woman adventurer attempts to manipulate and exploit him, Makoto's patience snaps. What follows is not just punishment, but an almost sadistic lesson in consequence. He doesn't just defeat her, or even just de-hand her. He crushes her spirit, stripping her of pride and power. The brutality lies not in the physical blows, but in how completely he breaks her, leaving no room for dignity. Revenge here isn't explosive, it's methodical, the kind of scene that makes you squirm because of how thoroughly one-sided it is. It's proof that even the most composed characters can become terrifying when pushed too far. Revenge doesn't always come from rage, sometimes it comes from clarity. In Jujutsu Kaisen, after Toji brutally defeats and nearly kills him, Gojo returns, his injuries healed, reborn with Limitless and Six Eyes fully awakened. The rematch is nothing short of divine retribution. Toji, once unstoppable, suddenly feels himself powerless against the sheer scale of Gojo's abilities. Absolutely high on his achievements, no move Toji does can even touch him. Gojo doesn't just kill Toji, he asserts dominance in a way that makes it clear the balance of power has shifted forever. The brutality here is in the inevitability. The way Toji realizes too late that his time has run out. It's revenge, painted with elegance, like watching a deity step down to deliver judgment. Jason's torture of Kaneki in Tokyo Ghoul is infamous, a slow, sadistic breaking of body and mind. But when Kaneki finally snaps, embracing his ghoul side, the revenge is nothing short of terrifying. The shift from victim to predator is immediate and brutal. Kaneki doesn't just kill Jason, he dismantles him piece by piece, mirroring the same psychological torment Jason once inflicted on him. Every crunch of bone, every strike feels like a reflection of the suffering Kaneki endured. It's a scene that's both horrifying and satisfying, because the revenge isn't clean, it's messy, cruel, and deeply personal. This is vengeance that transforms a character forever, and anime rarely captures it so violently. Few scenes are as haunting as this one. Lucy from Elfen Lied, still a child at the time, experienced cruelty that broke her. After being bullied and watching her only companion, a stray dog, beaten to death in front of her, something inside her shatters. The vengeance she unleashes isn't a fight, it's a massacre. Her vectors slice through her tormentors without hesitation, leaving nothing but carnage. What makes this scene so brutal isn't just the violence, it's the loss of innocence. Lucy's path as a killer begins here, forged in blood and trauma. It's revenge that feels inevitable, a chilling reminder that cruelty breeds monsters. Ragna from Ragna Crimson is built entirely on the theme of vengeance, but nowhere is it more chilling than his battle against Ultimatia, the dragon monarch who can control time itself. Ragna's life has been defined by loss at the hands of dragons, and Ultimatia embodies everything he despises. After suffering through endless cycles of despair, he gains power from his future self, giving him the strength to finally defy fate. The clash with Ultimatia isn't just a fight, it's Ragna ripping apart the very concept of inevitability. Her ability to rewind time should have made her untouchable, yet Ragna's sheer rage and unrelenting willpower allow him to tear through her manipulations. It's brutal not only because of the carnage he unleashes, but because it represents revenge against destiny itself. The moment he proves that even time can't shield his enemies from his wrath. Shigaraki Death Frenzy is already infamous for its graphic, unsettling portrayal of violence, but the duel between Kogen and Irako is something else. Their relationship, built on betrayal and twisted rivalry, finally explodes into a fight that is disturbing as it is brutal. This isn't flashy swordsmanship, it's ugly, raw, and painful. The strikes are deliberate, slow, and horrifyingly realistic, making every cut feel permanent. The revenge here isn't about justice, it's about pride, ego, and the need to destroy the other completely. By the time it ends, it doesn't feel like victory, it feels like the inevitable conclusion of a tragedy. Brutal, unrelenting, graphic, and unforgettable. Future Trunks' entire timeline is painted in tragedy. His world was ravaged by the androids, with his friends like Goku and Vegeta dead, and humanity on the brink of extinction. For years, Trunks carried the pain of seeing his friends slaughtered and his mother forced into hiding. When he finally reaches the strength he needs to take on the androids, he returns to his own timeline to hunt down 17 and 18, but not for a fight. I wouldn't call this a fight. This is Trunks getting his dues. Each strike is fueled by years of pent-up fury, and the way he dispatches them is both satisfying and brutal, because we've seen exactly what they've taken from him. His final act, destroying Cell before he can rise to perfection, feels less like a victory and more like closure. In a story about impossible battles, this was one fight that Trunks needed to win for himself, and for his future. Revenge in anime is never just about the act, it's about what it costs. These moments aren't simply fights, they're turning points where grief, rage, and betrayal overflow into violence that can't be taken back. From Trunks' closure to Gon's self-destruction, from Gojo's elation to Kaneki's rebirth, Mustang's grief, and even Adonis' rage, these scenes remind us why vengeance is one of the most powerful themes in storytelling. But now I want to hear from you. Which revenge scene hit you the hardest? Was it Irako's plans coming to fruition, or Lucy making sure her bullies couldn't hurt anyone ever again? Let me know in the comments below. If you love deep dives into anime's darkest and most powerful moments, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And speaking of next time, if you thought these were nuts, wait until you see my next video on anime's most insane women.